Hello and welcome to Art 13131. It's an online class and it's an introduction to drawing. We do a little work with color later in the semester or the term down here, but primarily it's going to be working with graphite or charcoal or both. You can use both for drawing, and you might want to experiment with both. So I would suggest if you are a beginner, not advanced, then you would use graphite first and learn how to shade and draw with graphite, and then move on to some charcoal possibly, which can be quicker sometimes, but it's also possibly a little messier. And but sometimes you can get a lot of good results and a good bunch of contrast in shading using charcoal. So we can do both. But let's start off with graphite if you're not used to charcoal. Okay, so um, as you can see, this is a weekly assignment schedule, which I will provide for you. This is also how the assignments are going to be laid out uh, in modules on Canvas. So that's where you're watching this video. I will post this shortly, and it'll be the first one for week one. We're starting with week one. Of course, we're going to go all the way down to week 11, and there are certain assignments for each week. Typically, there will be 3 assignments. This is geared after a face-to-face class where you would have 2 class periods a week and a homework. So here's your 2 class periods, assignment 1 and 2, and a homework, which was 3. So we're just going to call them assignment 1, 2, and 3, and so on as we go on down the line. There is a midterm presentation, which I will talk about later. Basically, it is a PowerPoint or Google slide or video you make presenting on an artist, on art style, on art movement, so on. So we will talk about that when we get closer, and you can prepare for that assignment. And I do allow room in this week for that assignment, the midterm presentation, with only one other assignment due. Okay. So week 1 assignments, let's say we're starting in week 1. Well, they're going to be due by Wednesday of the following week. In this case, it happens to be January 17th. And this will all be shown on the canvas as due dates. What the due date means is that your first attempt at either assignment you're doing. So I say first attempt because you can make several attempts throughout the term and keep getting a better grade on that particular assignment. You don't just turn it in one week and that's it. You're done. Unless you're happy with your grade, you're fine. If you're not happy with the grade you got on that first attempt, you can try again with my suggestions and examples that I can show you, and try it again. Do work on the things I'm suggesting, and most likely you'll get a better grade as you go along. So this is the process. You can keep trying that however long it takes you to do. And basically, if you make a first attempt that's reasonably a reasonable amount of effort was put into it, it ends up being a C grade to start with. If it's totally minimal and you didn't try at all and it looks like you did it in 5, 10, 15 minutes, then probably not a C. But we'll work on that. And of course, communication will be ongoing weekly or sometimes every other day, depending on how much you need to be helped in one way or another. So I will always, reach out to me and I'll always answer within a day or two. Okay, let's talk about uh, this first assignment here, which is a pre-instruction drawings. There's 3 pre-instruction drawings. And that'll be, of course, it's outlined in this video, but you'll see where to upload that. I'm going to show you the canvas in your view as a student and where to upload all that. It's typical of a lot of Canvas courses, and where you upload your work or your assignment, and it's under modules, and I'll show you that in a second. The 3 drawings for pre-instruction. Now I say pre-instruction because I'm not going to tell you how to draw anything. I really want to see where your skill level is right now without me instructing anything about drawing. So then we can compare this first assignment with other assignments toward the end of the term and see your progress, which is going to be evident to both the student and the instructor. And we will work things out from there. But the 3 drawings that you're going to do for pre-instruction is, one is your hand, a drawing of your hand, not an imaginary hand, one you're looking at, so your hand is a good one to look at. A drawing of a head, we call it a head study. So the head, the human head, and that whatever you see, you draw. And then also a chair. So 3 drawings, a hand, a head, and a chair. They can all be on the same page. They can all be on the same sketch or drawing paper. I'm going to talk about supplies in a minute. And then once you do that, you just would upload that and send it to me. Supplies, I would suggest getting Bristol paper. And let's not work real small. Let's work with 11 by 14. Bristol paper is really good because it's thicker. You can erase a lot on it. You can draw on it. You can paint on it. You can use ink. You can do almost anything because it's a lot thicker than drawing or sketching paper. And it's really durable and a good drawing surface. So I would suggest you get Bristol paper in 11 by 14 inches, not something small. So allow you to make larger drawings. So that being said, you're going to need some graphite pencils. I would suggest the soft graphite pencils. Typically, they're the higher numbers. Sometimes they're described as HB or something, but the higher numbers, the 5, 6, 7, 8, and above. Graphite, soft graphite. Sometimes it will say soft graphite. This is because they render good tone. They render darker tones. The lower numbers render the lighter tones. So you really want a lot of contrast in your drawing. You want to be able to shade from very light to very dark and have 7 levels of shading in your drawings. Okay, so that's why I say get the soft graphite, the higher numbers in the graphite pencils. You don't need a lot of them. You don't need the thin ones because you can press either lightly or a little harder to get the tones. And we'll discuss that a little further in assignment number 2. But for now, a couple of soft graphite pencils. The Bristol paper I prefer, if you could get that. And you're going to need a white vinyl eraser for that. And that's basically all you need to start. Okay, and we'll talk about other supplies as we get going down the line. When we get into color or the ink, we'll talk about ink pens and we'll talk about what you're going to do with color, but we don't need to get those exactly right now. If you feel you need to purchase them immediately for whatever reason, go ahead and send me Canvas email and we can discuss that and I'll let you know what I suggest you get. But For the bulk of the students, you don't really need to purchase those items right now. Okay, let's talk about, I think that's pretty good for this. If you have any questions ever, get a hold of me through Canvas and I will answer up and help you all I can. Let's go into the Canvas here. So if you're going in your Canvas, you'll see modules here, and you click on modules, you're going to see week 1, week 2. I'm only posting week 1 right now, so you're going to see week 1, week 2, and on. Each week we'll have several videos, and after the videos for that particular assignment, like this one in particular, video assignment 1, pre-instruction drawings, that's where this video is. Okay. Then you're going to go in when you've finished your work and you want to upload it, you're going to go into assignment number 1, which is right under it, and upload your work. Of course, you're going to take a nice, clear, straight photo of your work and save it on your computer or however you save it to send it to me or upload it into the Canvas here. Okay? If you have any trouble with that, let me know and we'll work it out. There's also IT guys available at the campus too. So you can always ask them to help you with stuff like this on Canvas. That's essentially it. There's not going to be any Zoom meetings unless you want one. You can request one with me and I'll have a one-on-one Zoom meeting with you. Otherwise, I'm not going to require everybody to be at a certain time in a certain place for Zoom meetings because it never works out to get enough people to make it effective. So I just prefer to do it this way. So if you have any questions or you want to Zoom, let me know. And that's how it's going to go from there on with the first week, as you see with the modules. Don't go ahead of yourself because they all build upon each other. The videos build upon each other. If you go ahead of yourself, you're going to miss things in previous videos that were essential and really help you out later. So you don't want to go ahead of yourself. You want to go right down the line. First assignment, first video, send that to me in assignments here and upload, and then you go to the next one. I'm also, other than making this video of myself talking and showing examples and images that will help you out, there's going to be other videos of other artists off of YouTube that I like, and they're very concise and they're very well done. And you can watch their take on the same subject, the same assignment. And so that way you get kind of a broad spectrum of input and suggestions, demonstration, okay, on each assignment, and that'll help you a lot as well. As you can see in the second video, I talk about assignment number 2 and 3, which is in this case shoe from memory and life and drawing of choice. But I'm going to make a separate video for that, and you'll see that attached to this. Right now it's not there because I haven't made it. But this video will be in the first assignment once you've submitted that. And on Wednesday, I'll submit the second assignment. And that's how it'll go. First of the week, you'll see the first assignment. The middle of the week, you'll see the second in the homework, or I call it homework, second and third assignment for that week. Okay? And we're going to go on and on that way. And then under assignments is where you upload your work to me. So that's basically it for now. Grading, like I mentioned before, each time you upload your first attempt, the first time you upload your work to me, which you captured in a photo on your computer, saved it, and then now you send it to me, like an email attachment, but only you upload it here on Canvas. Excuse me. That's your first attempt. I may write you back and ask that you work on it more, do more shading or do more of this or do that. I'll give suggestions and I'll give images as well to look at and examples for you to work from. Okay. And then you work on it more and send it back to me in a reasonable amount of time, but take your time. You can work on any assignment all term. I just ask that you send the first attempt by a due date, which is typically the Wednesday of the following week that it was posted. Like I say, in this week, week 1, that'll be Wednesday would be January 17th. Okay, so that's when you send me your first attempt. And if you work on it more with my suggestions, should I ask, then you will be able to get a better grade as you go. And I'll indicate what grade that is as we proceed. So it depends on what grade you're after. If you just want to sort of get by with a C and pass the class, you can do that. And if you want to get a B or A, you can do that as well. Everybody has the chance to have an A in this class if you work hard and show the effort and try my suggestions. You don't have to be perfect at drawing. It is a beginning class, but you do have to try the suggestions and show that you tried them to the best of your ability and you understand the concept behind each suggestion and each technique that I'm showing you. All right, you must try, you must show your effort. Typically, each assignment is a class period. In a face-to-face situation, that would be almost 3 hours. So I'm, with setup and breakdown and breaks, I'm looking for something that's at least got 2 hours of work in it. And I can tell if you did it in 5 minutes, 10 minutes, a half hour, or 2 hours, right? So I want to see the effort. I want to see the time spent. I can tell what that is. And that's what you should do for a better grade. All right. All right. So that's it for this week. For the first assignment this week, I'll post another video for assignment 2 and 3 on Wednesday, and we'll go from there each week. All right. And then any questions, let me know, and we'll communicate as often as possible. At least the next day or the day after, I will get back to you, if not the same day. All right. Okay, great. Thank you.